So today I'll take the class on subqueries and CTEs. So before starting with subquery and CTE anything, I just want to explain you what a subquery is and what a CTE is and why they are used. What is the benefit of using them, which one to use when, and what are the kind of things that we have to take care of when we are using subqueries and CTEs. So in my approach, when I'm teaching any topic, I just tell what are the different limitations of using that thing, what are the key points that we have to focus on. After that, the theory part, I will tell you the practical examples, how to use them. And after that, I will tell you people, I will ask you people to solve some questions that I will give you in front in this class only. So basically, full form everybody knows that CT is known as common table expression. So now, for example, you have written a query that select star from table where name is equal to Durgesh, and you will get a data set or a result set from that query. So if you want to use that result set, if you want to use that result set as a table, like first you written a query from the exact table that is there in your database, and after that you want to write a query and you have written a query select a star from table where name is equal to Durgesh. Now the result set that came to you, you want to use that result set into a form of table. So how you will do that? So CT is something that will help you to do that. So first point I will write that it can make a result set into a temporary table. First point. Now second point, if you want to write a CTE, there is something known as with. So with clause is used to write a CTE or you initiate a CTE in your
Hello?
environment.
Hello, hi Reshma. Yes, share this side.
Yeah, hi Yash.
Hi. Actually, I saw the mail and
Please turn off your mic. So with clause is used to make a CTE. After that, if you want to know where like at what point of time you can use CTE, so CTE is used with select clause, select clause, delete clause, update clause. So with all these clauses, you can use CTs. Now, fourth point, you can join two CTs. Two CTs. You can perform a union or you can perform set operators or set operations on CTEs. You can use a CTE inside a subquery also. These are some points which you have to understand before getting into a CTE. And the last thing that is not a technical thing, CTE makes your query more understandable. So if you are writing a query, if you are writing like a large query for getting a data set, so with help of CTEs, you can break that query into different parts by giving a name of CTE to them so that a person can understand that what query you have written, what logic you have applied. So these are some points that we have to make sure before we are getting into a common table expression. Now, after this, I will give you a simple example of subquery. So I will use my SQL practice database. So I will select one table from my database, select star from pets. So this is my pet table in which pet ID, name, kind of pet, gender of pet, age of pet, and owner ID. Owner ID is basically the ID of the person who owns that pet. So now I will write a very simple query. Select name, comma kind, comma gender from my pets table where kind is equal to dog. And I will run this query. You are getting that this is the result set that we are getting from this query. Now I want to use the same result set as a different table. So that table will have no existence in my database, but that will be a temporary table that I will create with the help of CTE. So what I will write with CTE as. So you have to use with clause. Then you have to give the name of your CTE that you want. So I am giving it a name as CTE only, and then as clause. So as is basically a alias for this result set. And I will put a bracket here and I will put a bracket here. Now this query result set is a part of a temporary table, and now I want to select everything from that temporary table. So select star from CTE. So I will run this. See, now when I'm selecting all the things from CTE, now I'm getting this result set. Everybody is clear till here, just ping on chat box. It is very basic thing. Muskan, I will tell you the difference each and everything. Just wait for some time. So everybody is clear till here. Now, from this CTE, I want to perform some different operations. So what I will write select star from CTE where name like a percentile. What this means, I want all the records from CTE where name starts with A. A percentile means name starts with A. So there is only one dog whose name is Angel. So we are getting that record. Now, if you want to select only the name column from CTE, so like name from CTE where name like A percentile. So you are getting only name. Now, just don't select names. I will do one thing. I will select a star and I will run this. And I will not take A, I will take B here. B. I will take B, C, A. Three things. Name start with B, name start with C, name starts with A. So all these names are there where name starts with B, C, and A. Now, this result set that I got from this CTE, I want to make this a different CTE. I want to make this result set also a CTE. So what I will do, I will write a comma here and I will write CTE2. CTE2. And I will put a as here and I will drop this thing inside a CTE2. Now, if I will write select star from CTE2, I will get the result set that I am getting here. Now this is my result set, and in this result set only are the name with B starting with B, C, and A are here. Now I will perform an operation on this CTE2. So I will write select star from CTE2 where length of name is greater than 7. So I'm getting only 3 records where the length of name is greater than 7, which means this Crockett has more than 7 characters in his name. Now, if you again want to make this result a CTE, you can write CTE3 here and like this. Everybody is clear till here? Everybody is clear till here? One more thing, very important. Like if you are making multiple CTEs, then just try to give a good name to that CTE. So if I am making the CTE3, so I will give it a name as dogs with more. I will give it a name as, just for example, dog name with more than 7 characters. I will tell you the limitations of CTE. Vikram, just wait for some time. And I will give it a name here also. This thing is just to make you understand that you can give any name to your CTE. So I will copy this thing. And I will paste it here. So now this is the CTE logic, very simple logic. It is not a difficult one. I will teach you the difficult thing afterwards, just starting with this. So everybody is clear till here. Now I will talk about limitations of CTEs. So I will take a table, select star from procedures history. There is no wait, procedures details. Now there are 4 columns. Basically, these procedure details are something like, for example, you have a pet and there is some issue going with your pet, like he's not barking or he's not eating anything. So what you will do, you will go to a veterinary doctor, and at that point of time you will spend some fees in the doctor, like for doctor thing, and there will be a procedure, like for example there is a vaccination kind of thing, that procedure will be there. So that description of that procedure that is performed on your, or for which your pet was there, and there is some price for which, like there is some price for that thing. So what I will do, I will write a query, select procedure subcode, comma, sum of price from my table procedure details. This I am teaching you about limitations, just focus here. And I will drop group by procedure subcode. I will group it by with procedure subcode. Now, what I will do, I will take one more column. Like I will take procedure type also. But this time I will not take complete procedure type. I will take some part of procedure type. So substring procedure type, comma 1, 4, which means I want to take first 4 characters of my procedure type. And if I have taken this substring column here, I also have to pass pass it in a group by clause. And now I will drop this result, like I will take out this result. This is the result. Now I will place this result inside a CTE with CTE as this thing, and I will write select star from CTE. How many of you think it will work? Ping your answers in the chat box. How many of you think it will work? Just be fast in the chat box. Be interactive in the class. So how many of you think it will work? Okay. So basically, it will not work. Why it will not work? Because, no, not Abhigan, not because of group by. The thing is, it is a limitation of CTE if you are using any function inside your CTE. Like this is a sum function, this is a substring function, which means that this procedure type is not a column from this table. This thing, the substring part that I have written here, it is not a part of this procedure details table. Like procedure type is a part of procedure details table, but after applying this operation, this complete thing is not a part of procedure details table, or the sum of price is not a part of this procedure details table. Price is a part of procedure details table, but after applying the function of sum, the value is changed. The sum of price is not a operation, like it's not a column for the procedure details table. So whenever you are applying any operation on your columns inside a CTE, you have to give them a name. Because when I run this query here, you are getting this no column name and no column name for these two things. When I'm running only this much query, there is no column name for these two things. So now if you are making something a temporary table, if you are making something a table, at that point of time, you will give columns to your table. Without column, how you will make a table? So same thing is here. CT is making this data set a temporary table, but without column name, it cannot create that temporary table. So I will give it a name as ABC, and I will give it a name as total price. Again, I'm saying that when you are running this query inside one, you are getting no column name here, which means you are creating a temporary table with the help of CTE without a column name, but you can never create a table without a column name. So this aliases are just like a column name to these operation kind of thing on substring and sum. Now if you will run this CTE, it will work. ABC total price. But if you will remove this thing, and if you will run this, let me show you what error is there. No column name was specified for column 2 of CTE because you have performed the operation. Now it's not a column anymore. It's a operated column. So you have to give a name to that. So I am giving this name as 4 characters. Just simple name and run it. So now it's giving me the output. So this was the limitation first of CTE. So every time if you are applying any operation inside any column of that table that you are using inside a CTE, you have to give a column name. You can never drop simply the operation and without giving a column name, because when CTE will run, it will not get any column name for that column. So without column name, you cannot create a table or you cannot create a temporary table. Everyone is clear? Okay. Now let's move towards the different thing. So limitation 2. This was the limitation 1, and now it is the limitation 2. Limitation 2 is, just I will write a query. I will take the same query. I will place it inside a CTE. How many of you think it will run? Just ping your answer in the chat box. How many of you think it will run? Just press 1 in the chat box, those who think it will run, and press 2 in the chat box, those who think it will not run. Okay. I'm getting lot of 2s here. So Anish is saying 2, Sandeep is saying 2, Suman is saying 2. So let's run this. So the limitation 2 is you can never use a order by clause inside a CTE. You can never use a order by clause inside a CTE. Why you can't use the order by clause inside CTE? Because if you will use order by clause inside a CTE, it will distort, like it will make your output different from the table that you are taking. So you can never use a order by clause inside a CTE. Just make this point in your mind that you can never use a order by clause inside a CTE. Now, next thing, there is something known as, this is not a limitation. Right now I'm telling you something which is known as performance of CTE. So what is there? Just let me give you an example. So how you get to know that what is the performance of CTE and when to use CTE, when to use subquery. So for example, just try to understand. I have a data set of billion rows. I have a data set of billion rows. I want to perform a operation on that billion rows where name is Abhishek or Durgesh. What will happen when you will apply this operation? It will go to billion rows and will scan all the billion rows and will give you the result. So when it is going to billion rows for giving you the result, it scanned all the rows, which means it has taken a lot of time, like 5 minutes of time. which is more than 5 minutes. I'm just telling you 5 minutes. So 5 minutes was the time when it gone to this thing and does the operation. But for example, this operation was placed inside a CTE. For example, this operation was placed inside a CTE. Again, same thing will happen. When you will run this CTE, like you will run it like this. Select star from CTE. Again, same thing will happen. It will go to billion rows, fetch that billion rows, 5 minutes operation it will take. Now, after this, if you are running something like this, select star from CTE where name is equal to Durgesh only. So now you have taken out the names of Durgesh and Abhishek, but you're taking the things only from Durgesh name. So now what will happen? Now, when you ran this CTE for the first time, it gone to billion rows, it scanned all the rows and it given you the result in 5 minutes. But now when you ran this query for the second time for getting the name Durgesh only, now the operation is changed. Now the result set of this query has an object. Has an object. Object is something like a memory or a cache memory for the result set that you are getting from this operation is created after executing the CTE for the first time. So the result set is there. Result set is there in the cache memory. Result set of this is in the cache memory. Now when you applied second time, like you return select star from CTE where the name is Durgesh, so it will not go to those billion rows. It will directly get to that cache data set and it will give you the record in less than 30 seconds. So this is the performance of CTE if you have executed it for the first time. First time it will take time, but if you have a request, that you have to perform like in 1 day or 2 day and you have time, so you can run a CTE and after that in that cache memory, the data set will be saved for that session only. If that session is lost, like for example, if you are using this server, there is something you have connect with the server. So if the session is lost, that cache memory will lose. But if the session is not lost, that cache memory will not lose and you do your operation in seconds of time if you have time. So this is the performance of CTE. Everybody understood the performance of CTE? Everybody is clear with the performance of CTE? How it is executed? It is the most important question that interviewers ask. When they ask you a question, what is the difference between subquery and a CTE? So now what subquery does? If I'm telling you about the performance only, what subquery does, if you have a request, like if you basically there is no difference between subquery and CTE. There is not a exact difference between subquery and CTE, but but if you have a ad hoc request or if you have a request that you have to solve it in 15 or 20 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes, like it is a request that is directly came to you and you have to give the answers, at that point of time you can use subquery, because at that point of time subquery will be fast. So for quick request in less time you can use subquery, and for other requests that you have to perform in like you have time for that, you can use CTE. The main difference is understanding thing that CTEs are more understandable. So basically if you have a request or if you have a ad hoc query that needs the result very quickly, at that point of time what you will do, you will use a subquery. So my advice for you people is that if you have a ad hoc request, like you have to perform the request in just that time, try to use subquery. But if you have a request that you have to give it in 2 days or 3 days or 4 days or half an hour or 1 hour or 2 hour, just try to use CTE. Because in many of the time when I have used subquery and CTE for large data set, this thing I'm telling you from my personal experience, you will not get this thing in the Google and all. When I was working for Target, like when I am working for Target right now, but some of the times when I'm working on the large data set with more than billion rows, if I'm using subquery, I'm getting the result faster. But if I'm using CTEs, I'm getting the result in less, like slow results. But CTEs are more likely to be used because they give you the result fast after executing it for the first time. So for the first time, it can be slow, but in subquery for the first time, it will not be slow. So if you have a request for large time, then you can use CTEs. But if you have a request, you have to do it quickly, then you can use subquery. Because first time when CTE will like make a result data set in the cache memory, it will take more time as compared to subquery, which is run for the first time. Everybody's clear? What is the difference between subquery and CTE? If you will explain this thing, and if you will explain the thing that I have told you, interviewer will shortlist you 100%, because many of the time interview also don't know what is the difference. So that is the difference between subquery and CTE. I have not told you about the syntax of subquery yet, but yeah, this is the difference. So everybody is clear? Yeah, I will do that. I will do that. No worries. So now let's take some difficult examples of CTEs. So limitations are clear. Why CTE is used is clear. How you can use the CTE is clear. Now let's talk about some difficult, like how to join two CTEs. How to join two CTEs. Now I will take two tables. I can share these notes, so don't worry. Select a star from pets and select a star from procedures history. So I'm using select a star from pets and select stars from procedures history. And I will run this. Now you are able to see two tables. Two tables. What I will do, I will write select. Recordings are shared to only the people who are a part of my live classes. Like this is my data analytics batch 4. So people who are here are a part of data analytics batch 4 or the previous batches data analytics batch 3, 2, 1. All of them will get the recordings, but the people who are new will not get the recordings. You can learn it from the class only. So select a star from pets where kind is equal to dog. And I paste this result set inside a CT with CT as, and I will paste this result set inside a CT. Now I will make a CT2. CT2, and I will make the CT2 as select star from procedures history where procedure subcode in 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I am asking you one question to all the people. Just give me a second. So now my question is, from these two queries that I have written inside CTE, if I want to join them, on what columns I can join them? So I will join them on pet ID column. So I will write select star from CTE join CTE2 on CTE dot pet ID CTE dot pet ID is equal to CTE2 dot pet ID, and I will run this query. See, I have joined these two CTEs. Now, the third thing I will tell you. Now, what I will do after joining these two CTEs, I will make this join CTE result as CTE3. I will make this as CTE3. Now, I will write select star from CTE3. Let's run this. Okay, but what is multiple times? Okay, one more thing. Right now, when you are making this thing a CTE, when you are making this thing a CTE and you have joined these two tables, so the result set contains result set contains pet ID how many times? And all these columns result set contains 2 times. So it will not like CTE cannot be created if the column name is 2 times, because a table cannot be created with same column name for 2 types. So what I will do, I will take CTE dot pet ID. I only want one column. Now if I will run this query, I am getting these 4 pet IDs. Now my requirement is I have a table. Now you will tell me the answer, you people. I have a table, select owners. Don't do this thing. So there is something known as select star from owners. Now I want the name, sorry, I want the city of all these result set that I want the cities of their owners. I want the cities of the owners who own these 4 pets that I'm getting in the result of CT. So what I will do, I will make, I will write select star, or I will write select, yeah, I will write select star from CTE3 join my owners table on CTE3 dot pet ID is equal to owners dot. Is there any pet ID in the owners table? Is there any pet ID in the owners table? No. So what you will do, you will take owners ID also there. So CTE dot owner ID. And now you will join them on owner ID. So owner ID is equal to owners dot owner ID. And now you want what you want? You want pet ID. You want pet ID along with the city. I will run this query now. This pet's owner is from Southfield. This pet owner is for Kalamazoo. This pet owner is for Farmington Hills, and this pet owner is from Grand Rapids. Clear to everyone how to join two CTs? Everybody is clear till here regarding CTs? Okay. Just wait for a second. Yeah. So now let's do something for subqueries. So, and one more thing. Just tell you a scenario for, okay. Just make this thing. So these are my two CTs. I can also use select star from CTE, or just, I will not use star. Select pet ID from CTE union, select pet ID from CTE2. Run this thing. So these are my distinct pet IDs. So you can also do this thing. So you can also perform set operators on this thing. So now what I will do, I will talk about subqueries now. I will talk about subqueries now. CTE part is clear to everyone? I'm turning on your mic. Like I'm turning, you can ask anything if you want. Your mic is like now your mic is working. You can ask. Any questions from anyone regarding CTs? You can turn on your mic. You can ask.
दुर्गेश ये टॉपिक ना लास्ट टॉपिक से थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड लगा मतलब
हाँ, like CTE is little देखो, I don't think I'm teaching you in the most simplest form. But yeah, if it is difficult, when you solve some questions now, you will get to know like how this is performed. But yeah, I'm teaching you in the simplest form, the CTE and SubQuery, by breaking each and everything.
right.
Can you please explain a CTE with taking one more new data set?
Okay.
क्योंकि ये थोड़ा पेट वाला थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है, तो कोई दूसरा डेटा सेट अगर आपके पास है तो
मेरे पास बहुत सारे डेटा सेट है. ठीक,
ओके
यूज करते हैं. यूज ई-कॉमर्स डेटा सेट. कहाँ गया? ठीक है, इस डेटा सेट में शायद 9 tables हैं, but yeah, 9 tables are there. I will write select a star from customers. ठीक है, and something known as select star from orders. So what I will do, I will write top 5 star and top 5 star. I will take 5 rows from these two tables to show you the columns that are there. So this is my customers table in which some columns are there. This is my pet, like this is my payments table, sorry, orders table in which some columns are there. Now what I will do, I will write a query.
ये जो टॉप 5 स्टार जो है ये किसके
It's like
अकॉर्डिंग
it's like
सॉर्टेड हो रहा है?
it's like limit. It's like limit. which means it's not sorting any type. Like I have not used any sorting kind of thing with order by. It's just giving me the top 5 rows for that for that customer's table. So basically top will give me top 5 rows.
Like as we use limit in MySQL at the end.
Like for example, if you will do something like this, order by first name descending. Now what will happen? Z, like people whose name start with Z or Y will come at the top. Now from there it will take top 5 rows. So top 5 is just like to get the top rows. If I will write top 20, it will give me top 20 rows. Top 30, which means top 30 rows. And just one key point I want to tell you, that whenever you are working on any data set or anything, just try to go through all the columns. So there is something known as describe. I don't think it works here. I don't work here, but in Hive, if you are using Hive, or I don't know in MySQL Workbench it works or not. So there is something known as describe. When you are working in a company on Hive or any different kind of tool in data miner or Hive or PostgreSQL, there is something known as describe. When you describe your table, at that point of time, it will show you the details in a comments kind of thing. Like it will tell you customer ID are basically the customer IDs for the people who ordered something. First name is for the person who, which is like, आपको description दे देगा, describe चीज आपको, it will give you a description of all the columns. So first try to understand the columns. So now I will take an example. Select.
Is there is any way to get data types based on
Yeah.
like as in discuss?
Execute sp help. I think it will give you the thing. See, you got everything. So basically, this sp help is a stored procedure. Sp means stored procedure. So there is some query written in the back end for this stored procedure, and you just have to pass the parameter. So it takes parameter from your table name. So table name is a parameter. So when you pass the table name, that parameter goes inside that stored procedure function and executes the query there, and you will get the result. So now all the data types are there. Everything you will get, what that table contains. Clear to everyone? This is known as sp help.
Yes, and again, are we going to taking any session on stored procedures?
Yeah, I will teach you what stored procedures are, how to make a stored procedure. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
So without wasting time, I'll just give you a fast example on this data set. Basically, data set doesn't matter for understanding subqueries and CTEs. Just try to understand. I am using select star from customers where first name like a percentile. Now I just want to know that all these people from a name, how many orders are there from these people whose name is starting with A in the orders table. So I will write with CTE as this thing. I can also do it with a normal query, but just to explain you CTE thing, I am doing it with the help of CTE. So now I will make a CTE2 as, and I will write select star from orders table where total order amount is greater than 25,112. or just take it 15,112. Now this will give me all the orders with a total order amount greater than 15,112, and this will give you all the customer names where names start with A. Now I just want to match these two things. I will write select star from CTE join CTE2 on customer ID column is matching. So CTE dot customer ID is equal to CTE 2 dot customer ID. Done. So there is no person whose name is start with A and has done a total order amount greater than 15,112. So you are getting the columns, but there is no record for that. So let's make it to 1 rupee. So people who start with A is not there. So just, I think I have updated something. That's why it's not giving me the output. Okay, let's take J here. See, so A name was not there. When I've taken J name starting with J, there's a lot of records are there. The people name starting with J. So everybody understood how to join two CTEs. Okay. Now we'll take a very simple example of subquery first. Subquery and CTE are 95% same. Only syntax difference is there. So you cannot apply order by in subquery also. If you are making a subquery, you have to give the operation name. Like if you are applying some operation, you have to give a column name. Everything is same. Everything is same. There is a syntax difference and execution time difference that I have told you previously. So now what I will do, I will write select. Acha, haan, one more thing. Subquery is something that is very beneficial for you for getting records fast in case of joins. How? I will tell you. ठीक है. I will show you two tables, and this example is the most important example for getting inside a company in the interview process if they want you to fast your optimization thing. What I will do, acha theek hai, I want, my question is, I want first name, state, and order date, which is minimum order date, like first time order date from these two tables, and order date is first time when they ordered. Firstly, you people will do this question. I will give you 5 minutes of time. Solve this question. Anyone who can solve this, just ping like turn on your mic and you can solve it in front of me. This is my question. It is asking that first name बताओ, state बताओ, और पहली बार उन्होंने कब ऑर्डर किया था वो ऑर्डर डेट बताओ.
Durgesh, may I?
Yeah.
Okay, so select first name, comma state, and comma customer ID. Comma customer ID from customers. Join. इसको ब्रैकेट में क्लोज कर सकते हैं, ऊपर जो है सिलेक्ट स्टेटमेंट पूरा सिलेक्ट से लेके.
Okay. Wait, I'm understand.
हाँ, सिलेक्ट ऑल फ्रॉम, और यहाँ पे जॉइन के बाद फिर सिलेक्ट
Select.
ब्रैकेट में
What is your name?
अश्विनी।
Okay. पहले कभी क्लास करी है आपने मेरी?
हाँ मैंने आंसर्स भी दिए थे, बस लास्ट वीकेंड की
नहीं,
क्लास मेरी।
सबक्वेरी एंड सीटी की क्लास कभी करी है?
नहीं नहीं नहीं।
चलो बढ़िया है, अच्छा आंसर दे रहे हो आप। नेक्स्ट टेल, आगे क्या करना है?
सिलेक्ट कस्टमर आईडी
हम्म
कॉमा ऑर्डर डेट
हम्म
फ्रॉम ऑर्डर्स।
फ्रॉम ऑर्डर्स।
यहाँ पे ऑर्डर डेट हमें फर्स्ट लेना है, सो आई थिंक मिनिमम ऑर्डर डेट लेंगे हम। नो नो, हाँ ठीक है, ऑर्डर्स। हाँ उसके बाद ज्वाइन ऑन
ऑन
सी डॉट कस्टमर आई डी इक्वल्स टू ओ डॉट कस्टमर आई डी
कस्टमर आईडी इक्वल टू ओ डॉट, तो
और
आपको query तो
सिलेक्ट
आता है।
ऑल। हाँ कस्टमर आईडी, और जो सिलेक्ट ऑल फ्रॉम लिखा है उसकी जगह हम फर्स्ट नेम कॉमा स्टेट कॉमा मिनिमम ऑर्डर डेट।
या नाइस।
ग्रुप बाय 1, 2।
So this is the fastest way of retrieving records with the help of join using subquery. I will teach you what, like I will tell you explain you the whole query once, but just I want to tell you one thing. See, when she is writing that this query, what people do, people write it like this: from customers, C, join orders, and then they will take the column. Just tell me one thing. If you will join complete customers table with complete orders table, it will look all the rows, all the columns, and it will take lot of time. But if you will only take the required columns from the required tables, like she knows that we want first name, state, order date, and she knows the joining condition between them. Just hold for a second. So now she knows that she wants first name, state, order date. So now she decided four things. First three things are first name, state, and order date. And the fourth thing she decided that I want to join these two, which means I want a joining column also between them. So what she has taken first name, state, which is from the first table, but she has also taken customer ID because she wants to join them on customer ID. And she knows that from the orders table, she only wants order date, but then also she has taken customer ID because she knows that she will join them. So she has taken only the required columns. So I will break this query. So see, this is the subquery one. This is the subquery one in which only first name, state, customer ID was there. So the result set from this query, the result set from this query is saved in the subquery. I have declared the C because subquery always wants a reference. Whenever you are making a subquery, and if it has more than one column, if it has one column, no need to give the reference C or A or anything. But if a subquery has more than one columns, then you have to give the reference. I can also give a reference as Durgesh. Durgesh is the reference of my subquery. You can give any reference to your subquery. So now, this is my subquery one. Yeah, @ Mehboob. Let's try this at the rate Mehboob. Yeah, you can write this.
No, actually, Durgesh,
But
Mehboob Patel is asking that we should write as before alias naming or not.
okay, no, it is not required. So I was unable to understand what he was. I just thought that he's telling me that you can write this Mehboob also. Acha, you are saying that.
Yeah, actually, that is the case here to be used in MySQL. Na?
No, as is
Yeah.
in MySQL also, I don't think as is required.
Okay.
In Hive also, as is not required. So yeah, so this is the thing. So this is my subquery 1, which I have given a reference as C. So this is my subquery 1. And after this join operation, this is my subquery 2. So she is joining two subqueries. Subquery 1, just make it more clear. Just come down. Yeah. So she is joining this subquery 1, and subquery is placed inside a bracket. Just try to understand in very simple term. It is placed inside a bracket and give it a reference. And this subquery is placed inside a bracket and give it a reference. Now she has joined both of these two subqueries. Like you see, join CTE, she has joined two subqueries on C dot customer ID is equal to O dot customer ID, because she has given it a C name and it a O name. She has done this part. Now this part that she has written, it's two data sets joining on customer ID column. Now she wants to make this complete result set as a subquery again. So what she will do, she will again put a bracket here, and she will again put a bracket here. So now she can make these two subqueries, this result set into again a subquery, and from there she is selecting these things and grouping it by with this thing. So let's do a different example to explain you more clearly. Right, I will write select star from customers where name like B percentile, B percentile, and name column is first name. Okay, I got some result from here. I will get some result from here. Sorry. I will get some results from here. Now this result set, I want to make it a virtual table. I want to make this result set a virtual table. I will write select star from, and I will make this complete into inside a bracket, and will give it a reference as C. Now if I will run this, same result I will get. Select a star from. Now again I want to make this thing, I will give it a reference. I will make this query little like where from this data set, I am taking all these things from this data set, and I am dropping a condition where country is equal to Germany. And I will run this. So this country is equal to Germany. This filter is applied on this result set. So you are selecting each and everything from this result set that you have dropped inside a subquery, and there you are applying a condition there where country is equal to Germany. Now if I want to make this complete data set a subquery, I will put a bracket here, and I will put a bracket here, and I will give it a name as B, and now I will select everything from here, like select star from, and now this is again a subquery. Now this subquery is with this bracket. So the inner subquery was this. This was the inner subquery, and this was the outer subquery. And you are selecting each and everything from this. Everybody is clear. Subquery and CTE are same. Just the syntax difference was there. Everybody is clear. So this much is for subquery and CTEs. In the next class, we will solve questions based on subqueries and CTEs. This is the all theoretical and practical knowledge and the syntactical knowledge of about CTEs and subqueries. Nothing other from this you will get in subqueries and CTEs. I have told you to join the CTEs, to join the subqueries, how to solve a query fast with only taking the columns that are required in subqueries and join them. Everything I told you. That's all for the class from my side.